This is grade 8, chapter 10, part 4, modeling and solving two-step equations, a or x plus b in brackets times a equals c. So you'll see what we mean here. So the method, the very first one is divide first. So that's the very first division. So a flower garden is in the shape of a rectangle. The length of the garden is 2 meters longer than the length of the shed beside it. So if we put a shed right here, the length of the garden is 2 meters longer than the length of the shed beside it. So this is the shed plus 2. The width of the garden is 4 meters. So we know that width times length equals the area. We know that 4 times the length is this plus 2. So that's how we came up with this area, or this formula here. And we know that the area of the garden is 20.2. So what is the length of the shed? So to find this out, we do bed mass backwards. Of course, brackets are the last, so we're not going to touch this until the very last. So there is no subtraction, there is no addition, there is no multiplication, there is multiplication. So we're the opposite of multiplication, division. So we're going to divide first. So if we divide this side by 4, then this right here is gone. So we're left with s plus 2 equals 5. We don't need this in brackets because there's no more, we can, but when you're in the brackets, we follow bed mass backwards within those brackets because we're still trying to isolate for 2. So there is no subtraction, so addition. The opposite of add is subtract, so we subtract on both sides. S equals 3. When we add it back in, 4 times 3 plus 2 equals 20. That's 5 times 4. So 20 equals 20. We're good. So bed mass backwards, we're working this way. There's no subtraction, there's no addition, there's multiplication, so the opposite is division. So we're going to divide by 2. We're left with no 2's here. We're left with g plus 4 equals negative 4. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Now, when we go through this, the opposite of g, or the opposite of plus 4, is negative 4. So we're going to subtract 4 over here. Negative 4 subtract 4 is negative 8, so g equals negative 8. When we plug it in, negative 8 plus 4 times 2, that's negative 4 times 2 equals negative 8. Negative 8 equals negative 8. We're good. Method 2, the distributive property first. So Kia is making a square quilt with a 4 centimeter wide border around it. So here's the quilt, and there's a 4 centimeter wide border around the quilt. She wants a completed quilt to have a perimeter of 600 centimeters, so the total is going to be 600 centimeters. What must the dimensions of Kia's quilt be before she adds the border? So before she adds the border, is going to be, hold on. Okay, this may not be 8, but anyways, we'll do this question here. So the Kia's quilt, anyways, the perimeter is, because it's a square, we're going to put this as one side. Oh, that's why. 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides. So if it's going to be 4 centimeter wide border around it, it's going to, again, anyways, it should be plus 4. But we'll do this question here, and we'll go from there. Okay? So the very first, to do this, to distribute the 4 through, you have to multiply 4 to to everything within the bracket. So it's s plus 8. And you multiply 4 to the s, and you multiply 4 to the 8 as well. 4 times s is 4s, plus 4 times 8 is 32. So it's 4s plus 32 equals 600. So if we take this and now we start to follow BEDMAS backwards, there's no addition or there's no subtraction, so there is addition, so we just subtract 32 to both sides. Those cancel out. We have 4s equals 600 minus 4 is 460 is 568. Sorry, that's not a 3, that's an S. I'm dyslexic right now. 4, and then we divide because there's no addition, so now there's multiplication, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by 4. So 568 divided by 4 is 142. So S equals 142. Kind of ran out of room there, but 4 times 142 plus 8 equals 600. This is going to be 150 times 4. 4 times 150 is 600. So at least whatever S was here, that's why it's 600. Ask me about that question in class if you're curious to see why it was 8. I'll figure it out and let you know. So again, with distributive, we're going to multiply this through to both of them. Negative 2 times x is 2x. And then negative 3 times negative 2, that's negative 2x. And negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. So we're going to plus 6 equals 12. So there's our equation when we distribute the negative 2 through to all of it. So now we have to follow our BEDMAS backwards. Negative, or we subtract 6 from both sides. Those 6's are gone. We're left with negative 2x equals 6. When we divide by negative 2, we divide by negative 2. X equals negative 3. To double check, negative 2 times negative 3 minus 3 equals 12. So minus 3, negative 3, that's negative 6, times negative 2 equals 12. Those turn into positives. 12 equals 12. 2 negatives equal positive, so we need to remember that. So we are correct. That's a check mark, not a V. I think the final one, or maybe the second last one, again, negative 20, we're gonna multiply this, so that's 15. We're gonna multiply this plus 5p equals negative 20. So let's go through our BEDMAS. We subtract 15, we subtract 15, we're left with negative 35 on this side, we're left with 5p over here, we're going to divide by 5, we're going to divide by 5, negative 7 equals p. If we double check it, 5 times 3 plus negative 7, 5 times negative 4, negative 20 equals negative 20. We are correct. Your homework is at the back. So if you have any questions, let me know, please.